Hello guys, this is FX. Welcome to the weekly top down analysis on the currency pairs. Right, last week it was a nice rally for the US dollar, which went into corrections. Right, went into correction, but initially, if you check here, if we check our candlestick patterns, right, you will notice that the market is leaving fair value gaps around this particular zones here. You see where my cursor is, right? So that was a nice one there. As you can see, the market came back for a nice retest here, and then there's a nice sweep of liquidity, and we are ready to push up. So that means, right, when the week to come, right, we'll be seeing a lot more bullish momentum in the market. As you can see, this is where we got rejected on this particular zone here. This was a nice zone there where the market got resisted from. And right now, as you can see, we are woven. The market left a nice week here, a nice sweep of liquidity, fully mitigating these particular candles, and we are looking to do what? We're looking to buy more. So ideally now on DXY, we are still bullish, right? We're still bullish, and our next zones will be this particular zone there. Right? Because ideally, first we will be expecting the market to do to go up. Now, since it came back for a retest, right, and sweep of liquidity, so we'll be expecting it to break that particular zone there, and then we'll wait for another retracement, and then we hit this high. So once we reach this high at 108, we'll be waiting for a nice long corrections or retracement at around this particular zone, right? We'll be expecting a nice clean retracement at that particular zone. As you can see, those particular zone we are in will be the end, right? Will be the end of the particular impulse we have, which gave that downside. Because as you can see, when the market gave us a nice imbalance here, so ideally we might see the market pumping back up. Why? Because of the imbalances that the market left at the other blocks. You can see here we have fully mitigated this, and our next step is to come to this particular zone. This particular zone you see here is a very, very great point of interest, because you could see the market got rejected there and gave us multiple zones for we to do. So that would be, once the market reaches to that particular zone, we're going to see a very, very huge rejection at that particular zone, and our trend continue. DXY is still on a valid uptrend to the upside. So this retracement you see would be the reasons why all pairs, right, went into corrections the week we just left, because of this particular retracement you see, making the US dollar a little bit weaker. But this is just a correction after an impulse which I did for the market to go into correction. So right now we're going to be seeing the market pushing back up. So that will be when the market started pushing, all other pairs will be dipping. So that's it for DXY for this week, and we are heading up, right? We are heading up to the next zone after we break this zone. So ideally, the first zone we need to see to cleanly break is this particular one we got rejected from, but the market is already making attempts to go back up. So after we break that, we're going to come back for a clean retest. Once we tap on this particular zone there, we'll now see exactly what the market will love to do. As you can see, if we go down to the 4 hours time frame, you could see we are in a bullish continuational pattern. You understand? After the crash, ideally, we know the market is going to completely buy, because if we zoom into the candlesticks, right, you're going to see that there's an unmitigated order block at the upside. But leaving an order block here that needs to be mitigated tells a lot more, right? The market is leaving unfinished business that could signal we may be getting rejected here twice, or will get rejected at the up. then it will be a nice massive sell to the downside. But right now you could see we got support at around this particular zone, and we are looking to continue pushing the market to the upside. See here, this is where we got support from. So from here we'll be looking to push the market up. So that's it for DXY. Let's move to the other pair. So hello guys, this is EURUSD. On the daily time frame, we could see we are in a what? We are done with the corrections, right? We're done with the corrections, so we are going for what? We're going for another impulse to the downside due to what? We are looking to continue down on EURUSD. But right now, as you can see, the market has been selling. The market got support at around this particular zone. So that would be the reasons why you see EURUSD and other pairs, right, going into a massive correction before the end of last week. But at here, you could see here we have a multiple zone here where EURUSD got support, right? If we're going to use our support zone, then ideally EURUSD should be on a nice correction to the upside, right? If we go down to the smaller time frame, like the 4 hours time frame, right, you could see that we're expecting the market to come above this, around this particular zone. And the most interesting part is we could see that the market has failed to create a new high there, so we're still in a bearish trend, right? We're still in a bearish trend. So ideally, I was expecting the market to fill up this liquidity zone here before continuing down. But with the double bottom rejection, we're still in a valid high, right? We're still in a valid high. We're still in a valid high. With this, right, we could say the market created a new high. So ideally, I will be expecting after the retracement, because there is after the retracement, right, we'll go for an impulse, right? We'll go for another impulse to the upside, and then we come back again until we tap here. So once we tap on that resistance, we'll start looking for sales to the downside for EURUSD. Since we've already seen this simple setup, it's a straightforward setup, right? We got support and we are going for a nice correction there. But with this, right, you could see that the market actually created a new high or even a lower high. If this is a lower high, let's confirm, or the market made a new high there, then it's going to be what? A bullish continuation onto the weeks until we reach here. But with the support we saw DXY got, it's going to be what? It's going to be a kind of a bearish continuation. This could be a double bottom. So ideally, if this continues down, then we're going to continue down, right? Because of what we saw that DXY is moving back up after the correction it went through. But the most important part is if DXY failed to break the support, the resistance zone again the second time, then it will be coming back. It will be coming back down. But if it can clearly break the resistance zone where we got rejected last week, it's gonna be EURUSD, right? If it breaks there, it's gonna be EURUSD being bearish, right? But if it fails to break that zone, then EURUSD will be on a strong bullish move until we complete this particular movement to the upside. This is gonna be a nice correction to the upside. So that's it, guys. Let's move to the other pair. Hello guys, this is EURUSD and this is a top-down analysis on the Euro and GBPUSD, right? You could notice our analysis from the previous weeks are still valid, right? Are still valid because we predicted that the market is going to continue selling for the whole weeks. It has been selling for the whole weeks. I think this is more than 4 weeks or 5 weeks now, and the market is selling. So right now, as you can see, the market has sold nicely, now leaving a fair value gap which has been mitigated here. So for now, We know that this particular GBP has been going down without support, right? It has been going down without support zone, so we still have enough liquidity here to play in. So my expectation now is to see a clean breakout that we are heading for the high, fill up on the liquidity. We're going to see a nice change of direction here, and then once we hit there, we continue selling the market to the downside. You understand? But right now we're not trading above this particular support zone, right? So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Let's see. Now, as you can see on the 4 hours time frame, it still respects our 4 hour trend. This is our daily trend, and this one is our daily trend. So this is our daily resistance trend, and this is our buy support support trend line, right? So as you can see, if you see our previous history, the market sold here, got support here, went for a correction, and then sold. You understand? So right now the market went for another correction. So after the correction, it's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be continuous selling to the downside. But we are speculating, since we still have enough liquidity on the daily time frame. We have enough liquidity on the daily time frame trend, right? So we are looking at if the market could do a full recovery coming back to the zone, just like the way we had here. You understand? Just like the way we had here. So the market coming back here, and then we look for sells, right? We look for sells from that particular zone. So it's ideal, always proper management, proper risk management, to follow the trend and to know where the overall market direction is. So that's it for GBPUSD. It's a little bit simple because all analysis were still the previous ones we've been using. Hello guys, a new pair we have added is the New Zealand dollar and US dollar. As you can see here on the New Zealand dollar, we've been in a We've been in a nice bearish channel, right? And this is looking bearish because it's an expanding channel, so it's going to be a nice bearish fall to the downside. So ideally, you see, we went for correction, and then we are going for a nice impulse to the downside. So overall, this particular pair is looking bearish, and we could see we broke out of the trend, but we haven't created a new high, which I think, let me see, yes, created a new high here, confirming that we're in a bullish trend, right? So far we'll be bullish on NZD/USD on the highest time frame, but to confirm that, let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Now you could see that on NZD/USD, right? You could see that the market cleanly broke out of this particular trend, right? So my expectation now is for the market to give me a little bit more room, right? Really mitigate this candle right around this particular zone, and then continue up for NZD/USD, right? But don't forget, the overall trend is a bearish one, and this particular movement you see in is a correction, right? Is a correction. The impulse is a bearish one. So that's it. A very, very simple aspect when doing the market, right? Very, very easy. You could see we were previously ranging before the market breaks out. It was previously ranging before the market breaks out. But right now, I'm seeing a favor look up on the 1 hour time frame, so I will allow my trade to come down more. Then from here, I will not be looking for buys to continue buying NZD/USD. But with what I'm seeing there on DXY, it's going to push NZD at least up to this low. It's going to push NZD up to this low, and then from there, we'll now be looking for buys to the upside. So that's it for NZD/USD. Hello guys, this is USDJPY, right? And if you remember our last analysis on the video, right, we predicted that the market is gonna first come back to where we predicted that it's gonna start looking for reversal, right? It's gonna start looking for reversal. right? Ideally, the market was interested because of this particular imbalance, and the imbalance has been fully mitigated. So right now it's going for the other block. When the market reaches the other block, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around this particular zone. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame to see exactly where we're going, right? So we're speculating that if the market reached that resistance zone where we're speculating, right, this particular resistance we saw on the daily time frame, right, we could get a massive rejection there. We get a massive rejection to sell the market to the downside. But right now, as you can see here, we are still in a valid uptrend on the USDJPY. You could see we are in a valid uptrend there. A valid uptrend because we have 1, 2, 3. So that means automatically we're in the uptrend. So we need to see the market cleanly breaking this particular breaking that particular resistance zone to continue up. But without that, right, we're going to be breaking and then going into massive correction. So if we go down to the daily time frame, so we could see the screen more better. Don't forget I told you there's a zone here, right? And ideally the market can go back up and say he wants to fully fill this particular gap, and then we'll now be looking for nice sell opportunities there on USD JPY. Hello guys, this is BuyFX and this is AUDJPY. We're having a look through on the weekly time frame, right? You could see that the AUD, this is the AUD Japanese yen, right? This is an AUD Japanese on the weekly time frame. So you could see that we got multiple rejections at around this particular zone, right? We got this particular resistance zone on that particular zone, right? We got resistance there. Hello, so if you remember our analysis on AUDJPY, right, we say that we are speculating that the market is going to come back to the last high where it got rejected. So these are a valid point of interest, and we're speculating that the market is going to continue up. So you can see we are in a nice bullish trend, and we are looking for buys to continue buying AUDJPY to the upside on the weekly time frame. So far, as you can see, wow, after the correction we went for a nice impulse, and then we entered a bullish continuational pattern there on AUDJPY, right? We are in a bullish continuational pattern there on AUD. We got rejected there on this multiple zone, and then we entered the bullish continuational flag there on the weekly. So right, we are expecting for the market to continue up. So that's it. We saw this bullish push on the weekly. So right now we'll be speculating for more buys on the AUDJPY. So let's go down to the daily time frame to see exactly what the market is doing. So you can see there's a bullish flag there. We broke out, and then we'll be looking for a massive buy continuation to the upside. So as you can see, we have a nice rejections there. We're creating new highs. Let me see, since we went back, so our trends continue. So we are still in a valid uptrend there on the AUDJPY. So next week I think I'll be trading this particular pair because I can see a nice opportunity here to continue buying. So that's a nice one there. So we're still in a bullish spike there. So we're expecting more bullish push. We created a new high on the weekly. So we're still looking at the bullish continuational pattern. Right. So right now let's go down to the 4 hours time frame to see exactly. So that's the nice rejection we're seeing here. Now I can see enough fair value gap, so the rejection might be very, very huge. right? The rejection might be very, very huge because the imbalance extends to this particular zone. So we're going to see the market coming more down. We're going to see the market coming more down when the market opens. So we'll be looking to start looking for buys at around this particular zone here. So once the market fully mitigates this particular movement, we'll start looking for buys. Now, the more important stuff is the imbalance the market is leaving up. So that could tell you that after it comes for the correction, it's going to continue up. So I'm expecting something of this nature on AUD. Once it comes here, it's going to get support and then start looking for what? Start looking for opportunities, right? Start looking for opportunities to the upside. So that's it on the 4 hours. And if we go down to the lower time frame, like the 1 hour, you're still going to see the same stuff. Right, there's an imbalance here and there's another small imbalance, so that means automatically on the 1 hour there's possibility we might not reach it soon, because I can see on the 1 hour we have fully mitigated this. On the 1 hour we mitigated this one. The 1 hour we mitigated this. So ideally leaving fair value gap above is the added advantage that we're looking for buys after the corrections have ended. So that's it for AUD JPY. So use proper risk management as we do, right? Because it's ideal, just like the way the market went into this correction, tap on this particular zone. So I'm also expecting the market to come around this zone, not up to this zone, and then we start looking for what? We start looking for buys to the upside. So that's it for AUD JPY. At least we will bearish if we didn't get support here to continue back up. Once we break that zone, it's going to be a continuous sell until we finish up around this particular zone where we'll be getting support from, and then we will be looking for buy continuation at around that zone there. So it's going to be a hell of a ride. It's going to be a hell of a ride. So that's it for AUD JPY. Let's move to the other. So that's it. Firstly, we'll be waiting to see if the market will come down. It will come around this zone and then go back for a nice support there, and then fill up the zone and then spike up. Depends on how the market wants to do it, because if we use this to see, let me see. So we're going to allow the market to retrace, fill up that particular zone, and then from there we'll now be looking for buys to continue buying AUD JPY. So things so far for the pair is a straightforward stuff, right? We're still in a buy trend, so we'll be looking to buy massively after the rejections or the corrections. So we have a nice support in here where we speculate if the market breaks this one, it's going to come down to, right? After it comes down, it's going to leave a nice wick here, and then we start rallying up. So that's it for AUD JPY. Hello guys, and this is the US oil, right? We've entered metals. Let's see exactly what the US oil is doing. So you were previously on a downtrend, don't forget. So after the correction from the downtrend, we went into an impulse. So right now, as you can see, the market has been selling nicely to the downside. So initially, when I saw this bearish fall and I saw a channel, right, I was expecting the market to break out, so it's turned out to be a fake out. So right now, as you can see, the market shoot up, sweep liquidity here, and don't forget we have enough fair value gap here. It could be a bearish fall there on US oil. So let's say that's the zone. That zone you see the market rejecting from has a multiple rejection there on the highest time frame. So that's why you see that massive rejection. So I just need the market to give me some more confidence, right, to continue selling the market to the downside. So let's see on the 4 hours. So guys, as you can see, this is the exact point where we got rejected from, and I think if everything plays out as expected, the corrections are gonna be massive, you understand, and we'll be heading back up because we're still in a bullish we're still in a bullish pattern there. So ideally, in the external trade, right, you will see the market going slowly to the downside until you fill up the liquidity here and then start rallying up. The other block here are still not mitigated. So ideally the market is going up. So right now we wait for a nice correction, just like the way we have in reference here. We wait for the market to cleanly break out, go for a correction, and then from there we'll now be looking for spikes to the upside. So that's it for US oil. If we go down to smaller time, we're still going to see that same confirmations there. That as you can see, this is a nice downtrend, so we'll be expecting to sell more, at least back to the zone where it will complete the corrections there. So this is a nice trade there, and this is it for US oil. Hello guys, if you've been following our analysis, right? If you've been following our analysis from the week where we started trading gold, right? You know, we said gold is on a nice bearish trend to the downside, right? Because of the triple bottom we have on the weekly time top, triple top we have on the weekly time frame. Right, so as you can see here, we placed that the market is going to go back for a retest, but which failed. It didn't actually go back to the retest zone. It got rejected here. Now the issue now is this particular imbalance you see the market creating. As you can see on the 4 hours, we still have another imbalance here. This to tell you that the market is actually going to go back up. It's gonna, once you start buying, the buys are going to be really massive. The buys are going to be really massive up to close to the entry zone where we started selling here at around them, because the market fully left an order block that has not been fully mitigated. So ideally, as you can see on the middle here, we have another fair value gap. To the feed, as you can see around here, we have another fair value gap which has not been mitigated. So that would be a valid reason when the market gets support, it's going to be going back up there on gold, as you can see here. But for now, I'm still bearish on gold. I'm expecting, because if you check on the daily and the weekly, you will notice that the only support zone where gold can easily get support will be at around 1800, this particular zone here. So I'll be expecting the market to get support at around 1800. So that would be the bullish spike we're seeing there on DXY could correlate that the market is going to sell more up to this particular zone there. Then from this particular zone, we'll now be speculating to see, is the market ready to break the zone, or is it just going to be a retracement, right? It's going to get support here and then go back for a retrace, but if it breaks it, we're going to continue massive down, which we already know. Understand? So that's a nice sell catch there. As you can see, we'll be looking to sell. We'll be looking to sell more during the week because of what? Because the market is heading here, right? Market is heading around this particular around 1800. That's what I'm speculating for the market to do. Once it comes close to that particular zone, we'll now be looking to see if it's we're gonna get to see if we're gonna get what, if we're gonna get support here or we get support around this. So there's no zone here to where we could get support unless at around that particular zone. So for me, it's going to be a bearish continuation to the downside. So you see the guys, but the nice stuff that the market is going to go back up on the daily. You could see a nice imbalance being created on the daily time frame. So it's going to be after we fully mitigate this other block, we'll now be looking for buys to the upside. So there's a nice trade there. We'll be speculating more sells on gold. And then from there, we'll now be looking for buys from this particular support zone at around 1800. So that's it, guys. This is buy effects. So guys, this is EURUSD on the daily time frame, right? You could see we're previously on a downtrend, and then we got support, right? and then we broke that bullish trend to the downside, and then we start a new rally on to the downside. So on this particular trader, I'm highly anticipating on this particular pair, right? I'm looking to sell on this particular pair to the downside, right? Because as GBP is getting more stronger, EU is getting less, right? So attentively, it's gonna be a nice sell there coming up on EURUSD. Can you see that? So that's a nice rejection zone there, and I'll be looking to sell more, right, to continue selling the market to the downside. So we've seen that zone, but we're still in a valid high there on this particular correction. But right now we have made an impulse, so it's going for a nice correction to the downside. So we'll be speculating more sales. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame to see here that yes, what we are predicting, that it's gonna be a very, very nice sell there. Nice sell coming on Euro GBP, right? So nice sell coming there. So I'll be looking to speculate more sales to the downside. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame to see exactly. So you could see there's a nice rally there. It's going to be a massive sell. It's going to be a massive sell coming there on GBP. Most importantly, we need to break the. I can see a zone there. I can see a zone there, but we're still in a valid high. We're still in a valid uptrend there. So ideally, we'll be waiting to see if the market is going to go back and give us a nice correction. Then from there, we'll be looking to sell more to the downside. So we're looking for entry. So let's go to the M30. You could see we're still having the same stop there. If this is a valid order block, then we've seen a nice change of direction there. It's going to be a continuous sell to the downside on Euro GBP. So that's it for the week, guys. And this is by FX. And will be in case you want pairs to be added into what we are trading, right? Please drop a request on the comment section or on the Telegram community group that these are the pairs you are interested in, so we could check that. Maybe during the weeks I'll be looking at the indices, the NAS, the JR30, the NAS 100, and so we'll be looking how to make some cool cash on those particular pairs, right? On those particular pairs on the Euro GBP. So this is a nice trade. I'm also interested in this particular one, right? It's going to be a valid sell here on Euro on Euro GBP. And you see that we just need to see a clean change of direction to confirm our sells, right? To confirm our sells are valid, right? We just need to see a clean. We just need to see a clean direction, a clean change of direction there to confirm our sales are going to continue. So this is a valid one. This is a valid opportunity. We've seen a nice bearish trend that could speculate, and we're going to sell massively on this particular pair, right? If we check GBP indices, right, you could see yes, the GBP, the Britain dollar, has gotten support to go bullish. You could see that other pairs are trading against the British dollar, right, are becoming bearish. So that's it. This is by FX, and I'm checking out.